Hello teachers, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. I'm a 3rd grade teacher in Southern California. Today I want to share with you guys 2 things that I'm doing today to review expectations in my classroom. Today is May 1st and the closer we get to summer, the more the behavior just starts sliding and it feels like my students have just completely forgotten what the expectations are. So I wanted to review those expectations in a way that was interactive and made it a little bit more fun instead of me just talking at my students. My coworker and I have been talking, and one thing that they're all struggling with is just overall following directions, whether it's on paper, whether I'm speaking them, whether it's something that we've done all year long. They're not following directions right now. The other thing that's kind of been an issue is that it's not just like one big problem that we're having, it's all these little things where the students just aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And none of them are like a huge deal, but every single student doing something small that they're not supposed to just adds up to be a big headache, and it's just not making our classroom function the way it should. The first thing I'm doing has to do with following directions. I got both of these ideas from my coworker Morgan. The first thing is this following directions test. So I'm going to give this to my students today. The catch with this is that the first one says read everything before you do anything, and then it has them do a bunch of things like poke holes in their papers, shout out things, just silly little things, and then at the bottom it says only do numbers 1 and 2. Number 1 says read everything before you do anything. Number 2 says put your name on your paper. So if they're following directions, they won't do any of the silly things. They're not going to shout anything out. They're not going to punch holes in their paper. They're not going to be doing anything. They're just going to be sitting back and watching. I have a feeling not many students are going to do that. So afterwards, this is going to lead us into a class discussion about why it's important to read everything and how we can do a better job at following directions. I'm going to turn you guys around so I can show you actually what is on here. Again, this was just something that my coworker shared with me that she typed up. So if you want to just pause the video as I'm showing you, that way you can copy it down if you want to. Shared with you, the other thing is that it's just all these little behaviors that are not following classroom expectations. So I saw this poster from 2nd grade Sassy Pants and I was like, yes, I have to do that. It was a chart that says it is April, so we know what is acceptable and what is unacceptable, and then the students are going to be able to take a sticky note where I have already written things on there. Some of them are going to be acceptable, some of them are going to be unacceptable behaviors, and they're going to read them out loud one at a time. And then we're going to decide as a class, is this going to go on the side that is acceptable, or is this going to go on the side that is unacceptable? And hopefully that will lead to a class discussion, and hopefully that will lead to them not doing those behaviors anymore. And then I'm going to leave a little bit at the bottom, just like Dana did on her original poster, where the students can add things that they notice are things that we are following and things that we are not following. So I will show you what that looks like after I do it with the students, and I will let you know how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed. Pray for me. It is May. I need it. Alright guys, it is after school now and I wanted to share with you guys how this chart went. So as you can see, there was a lot more unacceptable behaviors than there were acceptable. Oops. But it went really well. So it did lead to that good classroom discussion of what are those expectations that we are missing, and I really put it on the students. So I had all the sticky notes, as you saw, just over here on the whiteboard, and I had enough that every student got 2 sticky notes, not just 1. So I started with one of the sticky notes. I read it out loud. We talked about why is this acceptable or why is this unacceptable. I forget which one it was. And I let the students guide the discussion. So I asked, okay, why would we not want to have this in our classroom? Why would this be harmful to our classroom? Or if it was acceptable, why is this helpful? And that fostered a really good conversation about what kind of classroom we want to have and how we can really make that family environment. So the person that answered my question got to pick the next person to read their sticky note, and then we just went back and forth until our chart was all filled in. And then we actually ran out of time today, so I wasn't able to have them decide sticky notes that weren't up here if they had anything else to add. So I just told them to think about it tonight and we will talk about it tomorrow. So if you are looking for something to review expectations in a way that's interactive instead of just talking at them and letting them help decide what we want in our classroom, what we don't, loved this chart. So thank you so much to Dana at Second Grade Sassy Pants for this idea. The perfect idea. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that was helpful. If you have any other suggestions for things that you could do to review expectations at the end of the year, please leave them down below. I hope you consider subscribing and liking this video, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Thanks for watching.